everybody. Welcome back, and I'm with my friend Kevin Kittle. Welcome, Kevin.
Hi there again, Joe.
To the world-famous Joe Van Cleve backyard, which you can only see reflected in the windows. But we're in the shade of the house, so, it's only April here, but it's getting warm.
It's getting warm outside a bit.
So I have my Royal Mercury, and you brought a couple typewriters, and today you brought a really cool machine, which we have featured in a previous episode, and I will put a link down below for that. Tell us about this typewriter. What is this?
Well, this is the Smith Corona Poweriter from 1963. And I have now created and made it into the Atomic Poweriter.
The Atomic Poweriter. Okay. This is a 6 series Smith Corona.
It's an early 6 series, I guess you could say that, because it has manual carriage return.
Right.
And it does not have 1.5 line spacing, just single line spacing.
Right. And it's an electric typewriter.
It's an electric typewriter.
Just like your Coronet and some of the other electric ones.
Like your Singer.
Like my Singer that was made by Smith Corona. And there was also the 120 or something like that?
120, there's...
and a whole number of different brandings. Yeah.
Right, and then in Sears they called them the Forecast 12s.
That's right.
They made those both in manual and electric.
Right.
And then this is the electric version.
Now show them the power cord, and it's currently plugged in. It's not plugged in.
It's pretty unplugged. And so this is an electric typewriter, but the reason that it really truly is atomic powerwriter is because it is also battery operated, not just AC operated.
Oh, that's right. So you have the cord in your hand and unplugged. Unplugged. And I'm going to flip this switch right here, like that. And then I'm going to hit the space bar.
Exactly.
And the cord is unplugged.
And the cord is unplugged.
Now, how does that happen, Kevin?
It's magic, but it's atomic.
It's atomic.
Because when you have the electrical port plugged in, so you plug this in, and so now,
there's a little light which will show that comes on.
It shows you have AC
a charging light, or an AC, AC indicator.
And it also runs the machine at this time too. So what it's doing simultaneously, it's running the machine and charging the rechargeable NiCad battery.
NiCads, okay.
And
so it's not a smart charger.
It's not a smart charger, so there's no regulator on it.
No.
And as we had done in the previous video, we showed how we rebuilt the power supply so that and replaced the old 1963 battery pack and made a new battery pack for it. And it works great.
Yeah.
And it puts at the right voltage and it works well. On battery, you can run for about 2 hours, probably even longer, but then at that point, because it is only a 1-speed belt, the impression starts to get light.
I see.
And you start losing it on battery.
If you pause to think about what you're writing, you might want to turn the machine off.
Right.
When it's on battery, right? Because it's going to be running that motor all the time.
Yeah, and so and I've thought about that as far as how to approach that, because you're thinking, oh, it's inconvenient. You got to turn it on and off in between writing moments. But it's sort of like when you have a manual machine, you have to unlock the carriage.
Oh yeah, of course, right.
So you just unlock it. So here
it's like unlocking it effectively, yeah.
Yeah, effectively. And so that will make your battery go longer while you're thinking there.
Yeah.
And which really works out well for somebody like me who is a super coagulator when it comes to writing.
Right.
It's just so hard for me to get anything continuous
and I'm
writing.
a hemophiliac.
And you're a hemophiliac, so you would leave that on all the time. Because
I just bleed ink onto the paper.
Yeah, so after you finish 10 pages, then you can turn it off.
Yeah.
For me, after I finish 10 words, I'll have to turn it off. So get that pause. And but the reason that it really is atomic, even though it may not be nuclear powered.
No, it's the electrons in the outer valence shell of the atom.
Exactly.
Of the battery.
And the battery
element.
moving and charging up the battery. So it definitely has.
Yeah, we're playing loose and free with the word atomic here.
Exactly.
But hey, this is Albuquerque. This is New Mexico.
So to do that, we to make it atomic and to signify that. So I'm going to undo the battery. Let's turn it off for the moment. And so just to label it well, we added the new, not new, but mid-century modern script, because this is definitely a mid-century modern design.
Yes.
And so it says Atomic Poweriter. We have that on there. And then on the back side, to make it look like it really came from the factory, we added the word atomic below the Smith Corona logo on the back side.
I like it.
Which was pretty pretty fun. And then, because you've got a little bit of a radiation coming from the battery.
Of course, right.
You get electromagnetism coming from
electromagnetic field coming off the
that.
cord, the battery.
And so, since when you work with this and you put in a new ribbon and change it, you've got to be careful, right?
Oh yes.
So it definitely has warning sign on the ribbon spools.
Right. That's right.
So that
and also well, if you could type with the cover open, which you wouldn't, you could see them turning.
Right, you could see them turning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, you know what? This is. Have you ever tried typing with that cover open?
It works fine as long as you don't go where.
Okay, I see.
Because that will start.
It got me thinking about.
So if you put your margin.
Yeah.
At the right spot.
It got me thinking about these high security access points that have a keypad that's hidden, where you can't. An interloper can't see the numbers that you're typing on the keypad.
Yeah.
This could be like a high security typing where your hands are cloistered underneath the ribbon cover.
It would work. Yeah. And you could do it on basically a half sheet.
On the right hand half.
On the right half.
Where the left margin keeps you from hitting the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'd have to be kind of a little careful there because because that goes that far, so then you have to have your margin. But well. Instead of this is a pica machine, so instead of being at 45, you have it at 50.
Yeah.
Which is where your margin would be anyway, because you put your paper in there and stuff like that too. And actually, it would work really well with your adding machine sized.
Oh, that's right.
Spools.
The thin rolls of adding machine paper.
And then you could do it in secret code. Now, what we have to do then, since it's not an Enigma machine, we'll have to come up with our own cipher.
A cipher, of course.
Well,
this has change of type.
It does have change of type.
Let's show that. Now, we don't have, you probably haven't collected much of those, have you?
Actually, I do have a number of those.
So this is currently the standard one, exclamation and equals plus.
Right.
Yeah, there's a whole slew of different change of types.
Right, and I've got some that are like some Greek symbols for doing scientific notation, and some accents and enye's for doing foreign languages such as Spanish and or German.
So what I like about the Poweriter, besides the fact that it's battery powered, but I like the more compact 10-inch carriage.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because I think, because I first got into the 6 series with the Galaxy 12, which is a 12-inch carriage, and it's a nice machine, but for me, it's a little too big. It's just, it's a portable. I mean, it has a case, and but I like the narrower size carriage, and I really like that Singer that I have. In fact, I should probably bring it out. But as far as a more compact 6 series,
I like the compact too. I have machines that have the wider carriage, such as my Forecast 12, which is, in my case, it's a manual machine, or you get into the Selectric, which is a 15-inch carriage. And having typed on all of those over a number of years, you rarely need a wider carriage than your standard, something that takes 11-inch size paper.
Now this, being the 6 series, has the removable Platen.
Oh, absolutely.
In fact, they say RP.
Yeah, it says RP on there.
Which is an acronym that nobody knows what that means unless you...
And it's very simple. Of course, you pull out your
clutch,
and then it has just a little... Doing it backwards.
Yes.
And it
pulls out.
Comes out.
And you can clean your feed rollers and...
Which, in fact, I had just done that recently.
Oh, yeah. And you can also clean behind the card guide, which is actually very nice to do, because machines without easily removable Platens always get, like, you have old whiteout on the clear card guides and stuff. That's always kind of an obnoxious problem. So there it is. And then you push in your clutch. There it goes. And over the bail, there you go. I like the way they made an acronym out of removable Platen, RP, because it's sort of like some guy thought of that at Smith Corona.
Mm-hmm.
And you could make that an acronym out of anything.
Yes.
Like OOA out of anything is an acronym now.
Right.
And so some guy just let's put RP in a little square insignia.
Well, in case of the Poweriter, to complete my designation of atomic, RP could stand for radioactive Poweriter.
Oh yeah, of course, right. It is radioactive because it does emit electromagnetic energy from the.
And the only thing I was doing, because it says Poweriter custom here, now as far as going along with that type of thing,
that's
I was thinking about maybe adding either eliminating the custom and putting Poweriter Atomic, or just do Atomic Poweriter on there too, on the paper table here, just to complete the guides.
You know, I think that would be good, and if you could do the Atomic in maybe red.
Oh, I could on this one. Yeah, we could do the Atomic in red. That's very good.
And maybe get a smaller radioactive decal, like the smaller version of what you have.
Smaller version. Yeah. We could put that over here on this side here, right above the page guide indicator.
And, you know, the styling of this machine I've always liked because it has, of course, the red change-of-type keycaps, but it has the red trim along the front, and the red Poweriter logo. But that contrasts kind of nicely with this gray and then beige.
And we had talked about changing the color on this, doing maybe flat black with stripes.
I kind of liked the gray because it kind of harkens to that drab military-industrial look.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
right there during the 1960s, you know. And that's one of the ideas I had. You know, can you imagine somebody out, and this being the Atomic Poweriter, that they had one of these machines out on the islands in the Pacific where they were doing the atomic testing to, you know, write up their reports as far as what they observed in the testing.
Yeah. By golly, that was a bright flash.
Yes, exactly.
I can barely see the typewriter now.
Yeah. And one thing I thought was really neat, because I said this is the 1960s, even though this is a 63, early 60s, with the typeface, and it's even stylized here. So this is a Futura typeface.
Oh.
And which was very much part of the mid-century modern era and stuff. And then this is filmographic, I believe, if I have the right word.
The artsy-looking letters.
Yeah, it was called...
I
know the word now. Oh. It is Filmotype Honey is the font.
Well, that sounds like something that George Jetson would have...
And that's what this was used.
Honey, can you get me a futuristic-looking drink?
Yeah,
you know,
and I don't know if they used it, but you can imagine them using this on a Desilu production of I Love Lucy or something like that, or Andy Griffith, and one of those programs where they had this, they used that type of face, that typeface.
I actually think this logo would work really humorously as a faux military patch.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like some of the military patches of like these squadrons that operate out of Nellis Air Force Base or Area 51, and they have little like 5 stars and 1 star and a little dragon circling the Earth indicating some secret satellite program or something. You could make this into a fake military patch.
Yeah, and we could have that. So then what we're going to have to do then, if we do that, we'll have to get ourselves some sort of top coat.
Oh yeah.
You know, it could be military style, and then we have it on the arms on the
arm
side.
Exactly.
You know, like you used to see in some of the Buck Rogers movies, or the Get Smart. You know, they had the lightning bolt with the bad guys. You know, or that was their uniform.
What about
patch.
putting a little insignia on your hat?
Oh yeah.
You know, yeah. We'll have to come up with that. Well, anyways, what I like about the Poweriter is it is a true medium-sized portable electric typewriter.
Right.
That is truly portable.
It is truly portable.
You know, you can go out to your favorite picnic area, stop off on the side of the road on a road trip, and type, write, and you could actually charge the batteries with an inverter while you're driving in your car.
Right, and it's amazing now. And since we're in this modern technology, you know, one of the vehicles that I have, and I think a lot of cars now have built-in inverters.
Oh yes, right.
My Tacoma pickup has a built-in inverter.
Right.
So, you know, you could literally do typing tailgate.
Yeah, that's right. You have it on the tailgate. Your outlet is plugged in the back there by the tailgate, and you could be...
And you don't have to have the engine running because they usually give you 2 different power wattages.
Right. And you could do like the gin and tonics could be mixed right there.
You have your table right there.
Yeah.
And so all that. So the only thing you really need to bring then, you don't even have to have a picnic table. You just need to bring yourself a chair.
Right. Well, so I'm retiring at the end of this year. And we've talked about road trips, typewriter road trips.
Right.
So this might be an actual video someday of us doing that.
Yeah. Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I've really enjoyed, Kevin, you bringing the Poweriter over and showing us the update to it. It's now the Atomic Poweriter from 1963. Yes, very cool.
And it works really well. I really enjoy it. It's a nice typewriter to type on. Very nice imprint, primarily because it's electric.
Yep.
And it gives you a very nice even imprint. But it also has a nice feel of the action.
Yeah.
And it is a electromechanical, so you have the combination. It's not totally all electric motions. Your controls are mechanical.
Well, the carriage is all strictly manual and
It's
everything.
all, yes, and so it's really an enjoyable typewriter to type with, and in the right settings too. Only when it's really quiet do you hear the little bit of a whine of the electric motor.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
That's the atomic whine.
That's the atomic whine, yes.
Okay, Kevin, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
All right. And you guys, I hope you stay creative and keep writing and have yourselves a great day. Bye-bye for now.